When it comes to the literal sea of garbage, not only in the watch market, but like in the actual ocean, a few watchmakers actually stand out and try to make a difference. We got the G-Shock Surfrider Foundation. Actually, Rob from Venture the Wild reviewed that watch. I'll leave a link to his review in the description below, but you can get that for around $150. We have the Oris Aquis Upcycle for around $2,800. That's an awesome dive watch. You know, Oris with their Aquis series. I reviewed a few of those actually on this channel, but cool. They've integrated some like recycled plastic into it, and the one thing I don't like about that watch is the integrated bracelet design, but we can talk about that in a different episode. And then you have the Tom Ford Ocean Plastic series that ranges from $895 to $1,345. But there's one watchmaker that I've recently learned about trying to make a difference while also keeping the costs down. We're talking about Armitron, and I have the watch on my wrist, with their Sustainable Wave series. It is 3:32 p.m. Let's get down to business. Okay, so first impressions of this watch as I take it off of my big hairy wrist. Very light, like incredibly light, and there's a reason for that. We're going to talk about that in a moment, but you can probably guess. I really do like the case shape, very tack, very tough. And, you know, actually has a very low profile on the wrist all around, and we'll talk about those case dimensions in a moment. The strap, very, very supple and comfortable, and the coloration on the strap actually plays with the lume quite nicely. And another kind of first impression that blew me away is this is actually not a chronograph. I was wondering why the second hand wasn't stopping and resetting when I would hit the pushers, and we'll talk about what the pushers do in a moment. First, let's get into the specs. This Sustainable Wave watch has a mineral crystal, a quartz movement, a 50-meter water resistance rating. The band length is 9.5 inches. It is a 20-millimeter strap. The lug-to-lug is 48 millimeters. The diameter is 40 millimeters. It's 13.5 millimeters thick, and actually has some decent lume on there. So why is this Armitron Wave so dang light? Well, it's been constructed from recycled ocean plastic. And I know this kind of like ocean plastic genre of watch has become more popular, and some people think it's just a gimmick, but let me talk about some things pertaining to ocean pollution, because this kind of blew my mind when I looked into it. There's approximately 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic debris in the ocean at any given time. To put that in perspective, that's about 700 pieces of plastic for every person on Earth. And if laid end to end, all this ocean plastic could wrap around the Earth 400 times. The weight of all this ocean plastic is about 269,000 tons. And that's roughly the equivalent of 1,345 blue whales. And for those of you who don't know, the blue whale is like the biggest animal on the planet, aside from your mom. And I think the saddest part about all this information is the last bit that I was able to find, which is that each year approximately 8 million tons of plastic waste ends up in the ocean, so it just increases. Now, thankfully, there are some businesses out there trying to make a difference. Armitron is a proud supporter of the Wildlife Conservation Society, and Armitron's actually donating $30,000 to help this cause and advance its mission to save wildlife and wild places worldwide. So, if you choose to pick up one of these Sustainable Wave watches from Armitron, I will leave a link in the description below. You too can support Armitron and help clean up the ocean. And perhaps the best part for you is you can get one of these for under $100. This is 95 buckaroos, more affordable than that G-Shock ocean plastic. So if you're looking for an accessible, affordable way to do something nice, pick one of these up, clean up the ocean, and I don't know, maybe it'll help you sleep better at night. So in conclusion, this watch, now that I have it in my hot little hands, I can see that it's sporty, it's definitely lightweight, it's very wearable and would be a great everyday piece. You know, it's kind of like a jack of all trades. It's definitely not going to be your dive watch, it's definitely not going to be your dress watch, it's definitely not going to be a traditional field watch, but if you needed something to throw on the wrist and just wear and not have to worry about it, this Armitron is a very affordable way to get into a sustainable everyday piece. And you're getting some definite functionality with that day and date complication. Now, speaking of the day and date complication, you've probably already guessed by now, that's what the pushers do. So this is not a chronograph, although it may present as such. This is actually just a watch with a day-date complication, and then that third register, that third subdial, is actually a 24-hour indicator. So you're definitely getting some added functionality there, you're getting some added complication. Is it the most sophisticated watch with a mechanical movement and a chronograph and blah, blah, blah? No, but it's a great, functional, fun, everyday piece that's affordable and it supports a good cause. So let me know what you think about this sustainable wave watch from Armitron. I look forward to reviewing more Armitron watches in the future. I've gotten a lot of questions about this Watchmaker, and this is actually the first time they've made an appearance on my channel. So hopefully, if you enjoyed this review, we can get some more here and we can learn more about this company. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.